Welcome to another episode, a very special episode of Entrepreneurs and Fuego via Skype. You see how I rebranded that Entrepreneur and Fuego whole thing? Via Skype, we're interviewing incredible entrepreneurs. Now, we're trying to find, play with the technology and see how we can reach people from outside Arizona, outside Phoenix, because we've all concentrated here in Phoenix, Arizona, interviewing amazing entrepreneurs, getting their interview, their stories, one digital footprint at a time. And with me, Pamela, how are you? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
There you go. We have Pamela Henderson from 65 Max. How are you?
I am beautiful. It's hot out here. How you guys doing today?
No. We have a cold front that came in through Phoenix. So instead of being 120, it's only 105. So yeah, so we're breaking out our coats out here.
Yes, that's Antioch weather.
There you go. Pam, tell us a little bit more about what you do with 65 Max.
65 Max actually is a small independent production company, which in 2005 we created, me and my partner, 65 Max Entertainment and Apparel. And for the past several years, we've been working and striving very hard to be successful in the music industry business. And I work personally with a lot of youth. My background is business management. Therefore, I understand the importance in regards to needing resources as a child growing up. And doing so, we end up having 3 artists servicing genres R&B and hip hop.
Right.
So we do have music out on all the internet radio stations and iTunes stores.
So let me ask you a quick question, because I have a couple of observations of what you said so far. Right? No, you're fine. You're doing perfect, but you're a pro. I was going to say you got to be the better looking of the partners, because we're interviewing you, and that's number one. And and number 2, there you go. And number 2, the other thing that I want to recognize is that, all right, so you're doing 65 Max, and let me understand that it's an apparel company, and it's also a music production company.
Yes, 65 Max Entertainment. See, when you say 65.
Oh. Where are we? Where are you? Wait a minute. All right, technical difficulties over here. All right, we'll keep rolling. We'll see. Oh, there we go. There you are. There
Where'd you go?
No, that's cool. You probably got a phone call. So these are the technical difficulties that we're going to have to overcome. But don't worry about it. So you're telling us about 65 Max. So go ahead. So you have another company, or is there something else that is associated with 65 Max?
Absolutely. 65
Okay.
Max Entertainment is our small independent music production company.
Okay, I gotcha. I follow you.
But when you state, I also created my nonprofit, which is called All Roads Lead 65 Max Foundation. So I shortened it because people tend to get it all mixed up, because we're 65 Max Entertainment. We have our subsidiary, which is 65 Max Apparel, and then I have 65 Max Foundation.
Why 65 Max? Why the name?
Well, back in 2005, me and my partner, we were coming home, and at that time the economy was crashing and everything. Yep. And he worked for Oracle Corporation, and I worked for United Airlines. So I was the first one laid off after 10 years.
Wow.
Of course. And then within 2 days, under Larry Ellison, he was laid off from Oracle Corporation. So we were driving down the freeway, and we were trying to figure out what is it that where we can create our own destiny. And so he looked at the sign and said, you know what? All roads lead to 65 Max. And that's how we came up from the speed limit highway sign.
Gotcha. Now you mentioned Larry Ellison. Now he founded Oracle Corporation. What's the relationship now? Who fired who? What happened there?
Well, my husband at the time worked for Oracle Corporation in the financial department.
Okay, so Larry Ellison fired him.
Yes. Oracle Corporation let go of their employees, and that was the time when they merged with Microsoft.
Okay, so this is about your journey, and so you started the 65 Max, and tell us a little bit about what your main obstacles have been during this last 10, 11 years. What has been your major obstacle in getting 65 Max, off the ground? It's like, take your pick.
Yes. We were really affected in 2008 when the economy crashed.
Yeah.
And at that time, we had our physical store, we had to restructure the company, and our artists whom wasn't really carrying their weight as well. So it put a lot of pressure on the company within itself. And we had no choice but to file bankruptcy and to move forward. In doing so, we've been moving like turtles.
So your biggest challenge is marketing? Is it production? What would you say your biggest challenge is to getting the word out? What would you say the biggest challenge is?
The biggest challenge is marketing, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Getting the word out and letting the world know that 65 Max exists.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That is the biggest problem. Yes.
All right.
That was the challenge.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. And so now you have an ongoing concern. You have a great company, and you guys are, oh my goodness, I think what's happening is she's getting a phone call in or a text message in, and that just blocks the Skype. But anyway, we'll just continue on. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if we can. We'll go back to her here in a second, and it happens. This is Live 2B. There you are. Okay. This is Live 2B. So that's not a problem. So anyway, what I was saying is that you had your challenges, in marketing being one of the main challenges that you have. But tell us, Pam, what going forward?
Yes.
Give me two answers, please. What's the number one thing that you've learned thus far in your journey as an entrepreneur? And number two, what are your plans for the future?
I feel that the biggest setback to the company within itself was creating too many opportunities at one time.
Okay.
And that has been the biggest challenge.
So you want to just focus and refocus on just one particular aspect of your business. Okay.
Yes.
And then moving forward, what do you think it's your focus, or where do you need to be?
Well, my focus right now?
Yes, ma'am.
My focus right now is my foundation.
Okay.
Through experience, being a product of the judicial system, I should say, fighting for the guardianship of my grandson, was an eye-opener. And
Gotcha.
I feel that we are fighting for so many different things, such as our lives matter, Black Lives Matter, equality.
Yep.
But we're failing to understand there's a bigger problem in the system if we want to be able to curb the child abduction, child neglect, child abuse. And I believe in women being able to unify with their kids. I think that that is what God wants us to do. And that has been a challenge. So when I did the research going through this process with my daughter, I come to find out that the reason why that mothers are separated from their children is due to lack of resources of having no jobs.
All right, so the 65 Foundation is endeavors to create jobs so that you can kind of address this particular issue, this particular problem. And I tell you what, Pamela, we're going to have you back for a second interview, back again and again to check on your progress. You're all the way out there in Antioch, California, where the weather is certainly a lot nicer probably than it is here in Phoenix. But, we love you. We appreciate you. Pam Henderson, 65 Max, out there in California, balmy California, and you're beautiful.
Absolutely.
And thank you for being patient with us in this inaugural, I guess we could say inaugural Skype interview with, or maybe the second interview that we've done through Skype. But anyway, we love you, and we want to have you back here in the future. Okay.
Okay. But before we go,
yeah, tell
make
us.
sure
Yes.
that you visit the website.
What is the
All
website
roads,
address? Yep.
65max.org,
Yeah.
or you can call me at 866-4651-MAX, extension 6502. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's 65. It's the number 65 Max, MAX.org.
Absolutely.
We'll send people over there. With that, say ciao.
Ciao. Thank
With
you.
that, we're out.